Hello YouTube, it is Damien. It is Damien Does England. It is season 4 of Damien Does England, season 2 with Bournemouth. And we have a massive game here for you today. We have Bournemouth in the Premier League. We have Bournemouth in the Premier League. Oh, sure we do. We're with Bournemouth every week. We've got Spurs in the Premier League. Let's go with that. Look, my mind's a bit of a muddle. It's been a bit of a mess. We streamed for 3.5 hours in 40 degree heat. It is still flipping hot. And I'm back in my computer and had a bit of a nap because I am going out tonight, getting a few drinks into me. Shouldn't be too many though, hopefully. If we do finish our night early, there is a possible reason that does happen. We might be on stream later on as well. However, we have Spurs in a massive game. And look, the stream was intense today because we've had a lot of drama here at Bournemouth in January, including transfer drama, takeover drama, game drama. It has been nuts. I think the easiest thing to recap first thing is to go over and see what's going on here. In January, we beat City. We lost City 3-2 when the last week. We beat Wigan, beat Norwich, beat Stoke, beat Sheffield, beat Leeds. We're looking amazing. $1 million, right? Liverpool lost before this day here today against who did they lose to? Man City at home. Wasn't expecting it. Just go out there and beat Middlesbrough. We didn't. We drew 2-2. As you can see, 27 shots, 12 on target. Even more so is if we go to the pitch and we go to like key highlights or just something that gives us a highlight. Carlos had a goal disallowed very early on when we were on top and, we were dominating. We found it. It took us 27 minutes to score. Carlos fed for Sissoko and somehow this was given offside. We go to sideline. It went to VAR and VAR disallowed this for offside. Now, me in the stream could not believe it. Everybody in the stream was like, what? As you can see, Carlos still hasn't played it. If we pause it, he's about to play. As you can see, he's very level. That line. You might say that's either 2 or 13. That's the deepest. It doesn't matter. The ball hasn't moved. He's still level. He's definitely played it there. Right? 1 and 2 are off. Sissoko is it? Sissoko is level by a mile. Linesman's flag goes up. VAR, it goes to VAR. I don't remember who the referee was on the day. Checks it on VAR. Andre Mariner. And he rules it out for offside. Now, we go 1-0 up there, and Middlesbrough have to chase the game. They go through. In the end, Middlesbrough with their first chance on target scored, and Middlesbrough in the 75th minute hit one from outside the distance, outside the box, scored. Could have been better. Anyway, we went away. We were at home against Everton, and you can notice the name Pietro Pellegrini. We'll talk about Pietro in a second. People already know who Pietro Pellegrini is. I'm pretty sure if you played FM, you will. Went away. We were at home. To Everton, and Liverpool drew a game. And then all of a sudden it was, if we win, we're level on points, top on goal difference in the Premier League. When you're about to see the stats for this one, and we got very angry on stream, you're going to blow your top off. 32 shots, 12 on target. We peppered their goal. Castellet's made save after save after save. And it took us to the 87th minute to get an equaliser. Bon Pietro Pellegrini. Yeah, I couldn't believe this. I could not. We hit the post, we hit the woodwork. Callum Wilson got an assist, couldn't find the back of the net. We tried everything to find a goal in this game, and nothing seemed to work. It was a joke. I couldn't believe it, but yet again, it's Football Manager saying you're not allowed to win the title. There you go. They disallowed a goal with VAR, and then this game happens. So I expect us to go beat Spurs now after all this. But yeah, it was a pretty good January, but these two should have been 2 wins. If we go and add on, 4 points right now, we're on 60 with 2 points clear. Liverpool have won both those games. If we won one of those games, we're currently on 58, and you obviously get the 1+ goal difference. We would be level on goal difference at a minimum. Anyhow, that happened. We now have to talk about transfers because there was transfer drama and there's a transfer on the ins and the outs that you people are going to go, what? People may have remembered that we had Butland that was, that was promised to move away to Chelsea or Spurs if the right offer came in for about 25 mil. All right. That's been going on for a while, but Butland was never one to arc up. He was very happy at the club. He was one of the team leaders. He was great. He was sensational. Then the offer came in, the inevitable offer came in from Spurs in this window. If we actually got through this window, Butland would have still been a Bournemouth player. Butland would have been a Bournemouth player. Butland would have then been a Bournemouth player for the duration of maybe my tenure if we win the Premier League this season. And if Butland, they usually drop if the interest didn't get a bid for, a couple of years. They'd drop the whatever. Butland then went and got a bid in for 25 mil, and I said, look, I'm not selling you for 25 mil. Sorry, I can't do it to myself. No. He came and said, we want to have a chat. Now, we were second in the Premier League at the time, and he goes, I want to play Champions League football. I said to him, look, I think we can achieve it this year. He goes, no, we can't achieve it this year. Squad's not good enough. I want to move to a better squad. And I said, look how good the squad is. I then said to him, look, we've got a lot of young kids, which we do, Umafe. We've got a couple other young kids, Technically, Carlos is a young kid, will play every game. I know how the game works. It says play youth prospects. Your youth prospects, some wonder kid. And you keep playing him. Pietro Pellegrini just was about to come in. He goes, no, our young kids aren't good enough. I can't wait for my career. I'm going to go complain to my team. I'm not happy how it handled. The whole squad went, okay, what's going on here? I tried to give him the good old, look, we'd be stronger without him. Most of them agreed. A few of the big key players didn't. And then trouble started brewing. So I was like, okay, next team that offers, we're going to be ridiculous. Spurs came in and offered 25 mil, like over clauses. And I said, look, you give me 40 mil up front, we'll take it, right? Spurs accepted instantly. I said, you know what, that's fine. We need a goalkeeper. What are we going to do? We looked. We couldn't find a couple people on Butland's level, but no one that's sensational. At the time, Scuffett was playing really well. Scuffett in both those draws, I think the long-range goal could do something about, and Butland would have. But apart from that, Scuffett's never been bad. Scuffett's averaging over a 7. Very good backup keeper. However, Handanovic was about to leave Inter and maybe retire. I said, for 600k, between him and Scuffett should see us out the season. Now, I'm banking my Handanovic future, my title hopes on Handanovic, who's currently 37 years old. Now, Handanovic is a goalkeeper sensation, just can't move. However, he's still 3-star, which is good for the Premier League. We're now in that stage where 2.5 stars good, decent Premier League, and 3 stars good, and 4 is really good to leading. So to come in at 3 stars, the same as what Scuffett is right now by reports. Scuffett, though, should be able to outgrow him if we need to next season. Like, if we go back to Scuffett, he's been in good form, but he's been conceding a couple of goals here or there. The reason why I really like Handanovic is this. We had De Gea play in the Sunderland save to the age of 40 with, 2 pace. And used to play game in, game out, be a world-class goalkeeper, make save after save after save. I still think Handanovic, with the positioning that he has, he doesn't really look to rush out amazingly. He's still very strong. He's got aerial reach and jumping reach. The speed shouldn't be too much of an impact, and the rest should be okay. Anyhow, we're putting our hopes on there. The other signing that did happen there was Pietro Pellegrini. Pellegrini, for anyone that doesn't know, turns into one of the best wonder kids in Football Manager. It's one of the best, highest potential ability on Football Manager. Monaco never let him go. Ever on Football Manager, the first time I've seen him transfer listed. Unless you pay big money in your past to get Pietro Pellegrini, this is the first time I've seen him get transfer listed. He wasn't playing for Monaco, who they didn't want to loan him out, and then didn't play him. And I was like, okay, got transfer listed for 17.5 mil. You do not understand how quickly a 17.5 mil bid came in. And I'm like, Umar, you're good, you're young, but you're not good like this, and you're not young like this, and you're not going to be as good as Pietro. Pietro comes in already as a 4-star player, 5-star potential. The guy has, on previous FMs, grown to be the best striker in world football for many, many, many seasons. He scored 5 goals in 3 games. Enough needs to be said. So there we go. So it is a bit of a new look Spurs. I'm beating a new look Spurs. A new look Bournemouth, but it's a new look Spurs because I do expect Butland to play against us in goals. That is all that has been, said and done about that. I haven't saved since I've started. We finished the stream on the 31st. Haven't saved since then, so we're going to quickly save. So guys, be right back once it's finished shaving. Don't go anywhere. We have a massive game against Spurs in the Premier League. Welcome back, YouTube. It is time for this game. We have Handanovic in goals, who will play more support. He's more natural in support, so I don't mind. Manzo there at right back. Jones has got a bit of an injury knock to his arm, but he's playing with a cast. He broke his arm. So he's playing centre back alongside Kevin Winmo against his former club. Melling's come back from injury and is actually looking really good. It's good to see that Melling's come back and all of a sudden started performing, the club captain. Sessegnon on the left. Heidemann and Carlos have been playing in tandem. There was a massive injury to Danny Drinkwater. He's out for the next, couple of weeks, but he's been out for most of January with a twisted ankle. I've actually started playing Heidemann and Carlos together. No box-to-box. Heidemann just in a deeper role, just sitting, which he kind of played last year, and really just releasing Carlos game in, game out. He's been sensational. Soka playing on the right because there is an injury to Mahrez. Mahrez has been out for the whole of January as well, and a little bit more, suffering sprained knee ligaments in a game. Pietro Pellegrini and Wilson. Once again, like I did mention, at the start of the season, we had an episode against Leeds. We called it Injuries But Top. We are getting injuries in the same run of games to big key players, and it's a bit of a problem. Anyway, you do see Butland and goals with Loris on the bench. Fisher, Sanchez, Sorato, who just came in, Harry Winks, Nitcham, Gnabry, Januzaj, Vazquez, and Harry Kane Kane. It's not the worst Spurs side, but I've seen better Spurs sides on Football Manager. They're in 7th, and I think they're in 7th for a reason, because if Harry Kane doesn't have a good day, Gnabry worries me, but Januzaj doesn't. Vazquez really doesn't. Defensively, they're actually not too bad. Jonathan Serrata and Sanchez are really good. Harry Winks isn't the best central midfielder going around. They usually buy better central midfielders. Zeko's on the bench, is a good backup player. I'm surprised Gedson Fernandez isn't playing. But look, we got any potential advantage and positive. We can sort out. Look, we'll just say it's a positive, even though I prefer to be playing second and always knowing where you stand. But playing first, you can go out there with no pressure, I understand, but I always want to prefer to play second so you know what you need to do. And anyhow, it is going to be us in the black and the red, them in the white. Hopefully we'll be okay. And there we go. Do have to be at a party in about an hour. It's not a party. We're going to sit down, have some drinks at a Mexican place, have some nice food. I think we're then going to head over to the club that's across the road. It's on the beachfront. It's a very nice little place that we used to go as teenagers. I'm 23, so it's not too bad. And then we'll probably end the night there. Anyway, Pellegrini looking long. Great boy out to Sissoko. We haven't seen Callum Wilson score too many. In the end, I think Fisher's pulled back Sissoko here. If Sissoko's just stopped, I am going to be livid that he has just stopped. But this should be a penalty every day of the week if Fisher has pulled him back. And I think he has. And then it should be, if not, it would be at least a corner. But I'm going to complain to Sissoko. It has been a penalty. I was going to be able to say, Sissoko's just stopped because it's contact. There we go. Callum Wilson hasn't been in the best goal scoring form the last couple of games. Went missing in both draws. But if he could score right now, it would be the best possible. It's Butland versus Wilson. Butland went the right way. Obviously knows us very well. Does Mr. Butland in goals. Knows where Callum Wilson likes his penalty. You're not stopping that one. It's his 25th of the season. I think it's his 23rd in the Premier League in 25 games. Callum has been unreal. Callum's on track to score 30 plus goals in the Premier League this season. Easy. And there we are. I made a joke that if Pietro can keep getting hat-tricks and doubles and all sorts of things, he's going to catch him. I doubt he will. Anyway, Butland there is, it's strange seeing him in this. Look, for the better of his career, it's not bad. That's a great kick from Butland. Vazquez, what a tackle from Melling. Club captain Melling, chasing back. There we go. Gets the ball back, doesn't win it clean. He gets it back there. Oh, Melling, well done. Good to see from the club captain. It looked like Vazquez was one-on-one against Handanovic. But there we go. This is Handanovic's first start, by the way. Big test. Anyway, Pietro Pellegrini, I love his height and his physicality. He wins a lot of balls. Anyway, the ball, Heidemann there. Butland's still highlighted. Januzaj, though, running with it. Still with Januzaj. The ball forward. Manzo, though, he's been playing in great form. Hence why he's starting today. And there we are, into Heidemann. Heidemann now looking there, out there to Sissoko. Sissoko looking over the top for Pellegrini. Pellegrini flicks on Callum Wilson. First time on the volley. Butland, great save. And there we go. Butland's a pretty good keeper. But that's why I like Pietro Pellegrini. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, he can do it all, he's very good in the air, and just brings others into play. He does what Troy Deeney can do, and does what Uma Faye can do. He's the best of both worlds, and he's only 20. I did say that if we don't win the Premier League this season, we're going to have a very good year next year. Anyway, Sessegnon cuts it back. Sissoko, Carlos Sissoko, back post, not put in. None of them wanted to find an effort at goal there. Now Harry Kane can go. Would have loved for Sissoko just to bang it first time. Anyway, Vazquez, look at them on the break. There's numbers everywhere. Still with Vazquez. Beats Melling's challenge in the end. Ball in. Harry Winks hits the bar. Gnabry was offside. And there we go. And it's still going to be 1-0 Bournemouth. There's not much Handanovic can really do with that. Shows it was a clear offside, no goal. And there we go. Was he offside? Yeah, Miles. They're all off, which is pretty good. Good pressure from our back four there, just to squeeze up a little bit. And anyway, Gnabry is offside, and we are still 1-0 to the good. Strange way for that highlight to have started, in our box, just working it around, and no one wanted to have a crack. And in the end, that's how you get hit on the break. Anyway, 9 shots forward to their 4 shots nothing. We are 1-0 up, but however, this is the same tale that we have seen throughout the last couple of games where we have been on fire in the Premier League, and we can't put the ball in the back of the net. Anyway, 1-0 up, Callum Wilson penalty, would take it every day. I'm happy how things are going, keep it up, to be quite honest. There we go. The boys seem quite happy, and off we go. It's all about if Harry Kane does anything or not much in this half. If we can limit Harry Kane and limit Zeko when he comes on for Harry Kane, we've done our job. Anyway, Januzaj gets on the ball, and mercifully, it's the end of the highlight. It looked like it was going to be dangerous. Heidemann seems to have picked up a knock in the middle of the park. It's a tight calf. Depending how the fitness of the bloke is, we might get him off anyway. Sessegnon won't get there. It was a poor header away from Melling. Harry Winks, not 100% fit. Nitchem now on the ball. Good ball inside the Januzaj. Ball back to Nitchem. Can we press out and win it here? Vazquez, Nitchem. Ball to Harry Winks. They're keeping it very well here, Spurs. Vazquez again. Oh, I'm not happy liking this. Harry Kane, if he can turn. Gnabry can hit from distance over the bar. Handanovic had it covered. 55 minutes played. Still 1-0. I'm waiting to see Heidemann. It's not good. We are going to pause and get Heidemann off, and we're going to get Roberto in as the box-to-box. Well, that's not Roberto, that's Diamarco. And there we are, box-to-box. Roberto's been in great form. And so Roberto will go out there, and he's doing very well. Look, he's been playing very well. We had a few string of games in the early start of January where he was playing, and can bank on him to do a job anyway. Pietro Pellegrini looking in for Sissoko. Heads at Callum Wilson, Butland. Oh, we know he's a good keeper from his time here, but that's a great save from Butland. Callum, you would have put your house on the score. Sissoko's knockdown was brilliant. The ball from Pietro Pellegrini was unreal. And it is still 1-0. The keeper keeping him in it. Back post, Sessegnon cuts it, blocked and cleared by Harry Kane. And it will be our ball again. We're still only just 1-0 up. We're on fire here at the moment. We just can't find the back of the net. Vasquez comes off. Harry Kane's gone to the right. And Zeko up top. Gedson Fernandez comes on for Harry Winks as well. Interested to see Harry Winks didn't start. Zeko on it again. Ball towards Harry Kane. Doesn't find his man. Handanovic. He's decent with his feet. It's the first time we've seen him really kick a ball, from off the ground. And he goes long towards Pietro Pellegrini. He's good in the air. He flicks it towards Wilson, who gets there, beats a couple. Callum with distance. Oh, it wasn't far. And there we go. Still only 1-0 up here against Spurs. We're on the front foot. We're on fire here. There's going to be a change. I don't know who for. Carlos for a defensive change. We don't really have anyone out there, really, that can come in as a defensive sort of player in the middle of the park. Daniel Fry could. I don't want to really do that either. Sissoko's having a decent game. Garcia for Sessegnon might be something. Sessegnon's really good at defending. I might just let it go for now and see what happens. There we are, 84. We could make it a little bit more defensive. 85, 86, 87, 88. Look, we're 1-0 up. This is a massive game to win. If I had to take anyone off, I would probably bring Callum Wilson, even though he scored. You see that Pietro Pellegrini just does everything right. And he's even on a 7 without scoring a goal. Daniel Fry, by the way, who had a 30 mil bid from Spurs. We actually... They offered like 15. I said, give us 30 up front with all the clauses. And they said, yeah, done. And then realised that Daniel Fry has grown into a bit of a beast. So we are going to keep him around at the club. We're going to go to 5 at the back with Pellegrini in there. Going to go to a bit more defensive. We're going to go and obviously slow down all the tempo, right? We're going to go more disciplined. Play the way out of the fence. Don't play left and right. Don't pass in the space. We're going to regroup, hold shape, slow down. Something tells me there's still going to be a moment in this game, isn't there? It's not going to be easy. We haven't finished a chance. And we'll see what happens, but we'll stay like that. I am going to make one last change, but that is going to be in the 90th to waste time. 91st, 92nd. All right, time to make a change. Who do we make on? Where's the bench? So if we look at it that way, the bench is on the left. So let's take off someone on the right so they have further to come off from, so I waste more time. That sounds petty, but Manzo for Lowton. Done. Manzo has played pretty well. 6.8, it's not the worst. Anyway, Lowton can come on there. 93rd, time's ticked away. Look, it's up our end. It's with ball in hand. There's not a lot of time left. We throw it at Harry Kane. Referee, whistle please. Don't you dare be a chance. Nitch him on it. With Gedson Fernandez, has time, has space. Poor ball, Sissoko. Just keep it. Fry, thank God. Sissoko kicks into someone. Could have fallen dangerously. Anyway, Kevin playing against his former club. Melling, game over. We win 1-0. Butland's probably man of the match in that one there. Butland was outstanding. Kept Spurs in it for a long period of time there. To be quite honest, I would love to have had Butland in goals over Handanovic, but Handanovic keeps a clean sheet in his first game. And by the way, wrong time to do this, but Handanovic, by the way, has played 562 games, apparently. But if we go through just these games here, since 2018 and onwards, he has conceded bugger all. Conceded bugger all. He is unreal. Anyway, we're going to go into the team talk and go, lads, look, it was a pretty good performance. We win 1-0. Spurs were decent on the day, but not the best, and we'll see how things go in the future. In terms of the Premier League title table, we're currently now top by a point. Liverpool, I don't know who they have, but play later on because we do have Benfica coming up too. Liverpool have a Champions League game, then Burnley, so they have a game in hand on us, and we'll see how things go. We then also are stressing on the result of against Spurs as well. But it's good to be points on the board against Spurs, against Chelsea. It's good to have points on the board, though, and really put the pressure on Liverpool and Chelsea in this title race. Look, if we have to win this title race, it's going to be a dogfight. I want to win this title race this season and get onto the Brighton job because it could be a bit of a bigger job than what this Bournemouth job is. However, there's a part of me that goes, look, if we don't win it this season, it's fine. You want to know why it's fine? We've got Pietro Pellegrini is going to be a freak. We've got Carlos is going to get another year worth of growth. We've got a back two that's really good with Daniel Fry, and we're going to have Allsop back from loan, sensational. Manzo would have had another year's worth of growth and will be a good right back, but we'll probably buy one. And then our team is sorted, and it's that sorted that I even get giddy for the Champions League. And I go, maybe, we got to a semi-final with Arsenal. I reckon this squad next season, with me again, could be just as good to get to another semi-final of the Champions League and see what happens. But let's hope we just win it this year. Anyway, from Damien and Damo Does England, it's another episode done and dusted. I'll probably be bringing you the Benfica games up next as another episode. Just depends if I'm going to do it before I go to this party or after I come back really late or tomorrow before coaching. But it will definitely be one of them, but it will be the next episode. If you have liked this episode, give it a like. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, it really does help out the channel. Links in the description below. Come follow us live on Twitch so you watch all the madness live. We're trying to go live whenever possible, really, because I'm really loving the growth of the Twitch channel at the moment so far. And this save is just amazing, and it's going to be such a hard challenge. We need to put the volume in. Anyhow, from Damien Does England, from Damo Does England, it is Bournemouth. It's another challenge done. We beat Spurs, got Benfica coming up. We've got a few games in, we've got Chelsea. It is going to be massive.